Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. In this video, I want to talk a little about KC Investment Alerts, what that is. Basically, KC Investment Alerts is a new service or a service that's open only a limited amount of time that comes from KC Research. KC Research is an organization I subscribe to. They specialize in providing stock research primarily in the natural resource sector. They cover a few other topics, but natural resource sector and natural resource investing is what they're most known for. KC Investment Alerts is a high-end service, so that's the first thing I should state and get out of the way. This service is meant for individuals with a minimum of really $65,000 US is basically the minimum amount of capital you should have in order to consider purchasing the service. It is available now at $3,600 for the year, payable in quarterly payments, with a 90-day, 90% money back guarantee. So if you don't like the service for whatever reason, you are entitled to your money back, 90% of your money back, if you put in this request within 90 days. $3,600 is the price of service. Included with that are a number of other KC Research reports. Their Big Gold report, which I subscribe to, and the KC International Speculator. So what KC Investment Alerts is designed to do is provide access to you, or provide you with information about really small mining companies that are basically at the point of doing a private placement or shortly after their IPO on the Canadian Venture Exchange. These companies are very small. The market capitalization is often under 30 million, sometimes under 10 million. So there's great potential for them to increase in value significantly in a short amount of time. It's not unheard of for these companies to double in value. Basically, KC Investment Alerts, the portfolio is basically doubling in value each year, often doing more than that. What you're paying for with this service is their geological expertise, their expertise in the sector. They're having KC Research is having their top analysts actually visit the mines, check out the properties. This is also a research organization that's very deeply entrenched in the mining community. So you're also paying for their expertise, their insider knowledge, their geological expertise, and being able to go to a property and evaluate whether or not this is something that is going to be economically viable, and to invest accordingly. So if you are a high net worth individual, if you're interested in this sector, I think it makes a lot of sense to pay a few $1,000s for high-end research that can help you make the right decision. There are thousands of mining companies out there of this size that are really small on the Canadian Venture Exchange, where the bulk of the stocks that they cover are listed. Over 90% of them you don't want to touch. So this is not the kind of opportunity that you can just play the whole sector, that you can buy all the stocks. This is really a stock picker's market, and quality research is essential. You can do a lot of research on your own. This is a sector that I do a lot of research on my own, and I spend a significant amount of time. If you're a high net worth individual, I am not, unfortunately, at least not yet. But if you are, and you've got the capital, if you've got $70,000, $100,000 that you can put towards this, I think it makes a lot of sense to use KC Research, an organization that I really believe in. We have a lot of articles and videos that they publish for free on Informed Trade. Some links are included beneath this video. I recommend, if you're unfamiliar with an organization or you want to check out some background information on them, I recommend watching that material. Some other things you should know before investing in the mining sector, before subscribing to this service. One, it really only makes sense if you believe in the opportunity in junior mining stocks, exploration stocks. Personally, I really believe, I think there's going to be, or I think there's a reasonable probability there's going to be a bubble in this sector, or one of the sectors, next sectors that there could be a bubble in. I think the gold price is going to go up significantly. I think all the other mineral prices are going to go up significantly, and that this will carry on over into the mining stocks. If you're familiar with sort of the background information on the case for a bull market in the natural resource sector, that's something that you probably should have before going into this service. Almost all their subscribers, come with that mentality. Basically, the general process is you believe in that the minerals are going to go up in value, that stuff you dig up out of the ground is going to go up in value, and the next step, or as you get deeper into research, you start to realize, well, mining companies that can extract this material at a really low cost are, there's a great potential for them to increase in share price, increase in earnings, and so it constitutes an area that you want to look into to allocate some of your investment capital. That's one point to consider. Another point to consider is that these mining stocks, while they can, as a portfolio as a whole, can double in the course of a year or even more, as you know, the Casey Investment Alert Service has posted over 100% returns over the past few years, and the link beneath this video illustrates that, or you can see some of the charts. It's also the flip side works. You know, these stocks are very volatile. Many of them will go to zero, and many of them will also have days where they're up 10% one day, up 20% another day, and then down the same amount. So the volatility is something you really have to be comfortable with, and also something that you want to use to your advantage. And this service will certainly help you with that. This service will, you know, send you, Casey Investment Alerts will send you buy signals, will send you when it's time to enter a stock, tell you at what price is a good level to pick up to accumulate the stock as well. And again, one of the reasons why this is a more expensive service is that the idea is to limit it to a small audience. You know, if everyone rushes into these stocks, it's going to sort of take away the opportunity. These stocks, especially when they start out, these really small companies, to get the most out of them, you have to be one of the earliest movers. That's where you can really see the huge returns. You know, buying a stock when it's trading at 25 cents that ends up going to 250. Gold Quest Mining is one story in the mining world that's recently went from 4 cents to $2 in under 18 months. So it's a 50 times return in a very short amount of time. That's the kind of stock. You know, of course, that's not every stock's going to be like that, a very rare story, but that's what the kind of returns that is possible in the mining sector and that Casey Investment Alerts is really looking for. So if you want to play that, again, you know, I really want to emphasize this is a high-end service. You really want to take a portfolio approach. You have to be comfortable with volatility, comfortable with having, you know, 75 grand, 60 grand, you know, bare minimum, that you can comfortably see its volatility go up and down like that and have it tied up for you know, a year, 18 months, and it's no big deal for you. So that's sort of where the service is coming from. We have a lot of information on Casey Research, a lot of the free articles and videos organized on Informed Trades. If you have, I encourage you to check that out. If you have any thoughts, any questions, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks, and best of luck in your trading.